Yeah, why not? Should we do Friday? The afternoon's absolutely...
From the bowler, which is perhaps why it was given. From the bowler, which is perhaps why it was given not out, and New Zealand decided to review. And it was a good review by Tom Latham. Dangerous bowler Adam Milne when he's got some swing happening. It's like he has today. Flipped away. Sodhi on the 45. I think they're having to hustle through for every run at the moment. It's not the perfect, it's not the ideal start, Frankie, when you're coming back to a venue that you struggled at a week ago. Batting didn't fire at all, then you lose an early wicket. It just creates that doubts again in their mind.
Yeah, and a thought for Kusal Pereira as well. Last played T20 International way back in November 2021. Sitting there at number 3, hoping you can put your feet up for a bit. Good platform laid for you.
Kusal Mendes is underway.
That'll make him feel a lot better. Swing again from Adam Milne, this time in towards the right-hander. Just off the inside half of the bat, but it's an area of the ground you're going to struggle to protect here at Eden Park. Just fair races away.
Swing sent back. Milne's going to have a shy. Had to dive to get back to Mendes. He got sent back quick enough. It was a good call. There wasn't a single there. Swing sent back. Milne's going to have a shy. Had to dive to get back to Mendes. He got sent back quick enough. It was a good call. There wasn't a single there. And a little bit of desperation to get back.
I'll tell you what, that's what you don't need. A batting side that's a little bit shorter runs. Struggle to string partnerships together. You don't need to mix up. Don't need to run out to add to the calamity.
Not even close to being a run there. Sort of shows how scrambled the Sri Lankan batters are at the moment. Nicely bowled. A good first over from Adam Milne. Sri Lanka 6-4. Unusual role for you, mate. In a couple of seasons, must be excited. Looking forward to today.
Sorry, Mac, I just lost you there.
Your first time back in this T20 New Zealand T20 side for a couple of seasons. Must be looking forward and excited about today.
Yeah, obviously it's always nice to be back in the black jersey, and obviously a little bit of a change of role and don't have the gloves on, so that's always nice.
Oh, it's gone up and over point. Might run away. Will run away for 4 back-to-back boundaries. Mister has to get it right here. Kusal Pereira is a dangerous player. Yeah, unusual role for you, mate. We're so used to seeing you with the gloves on, so you're going to spend a bit of time running around the outfield?
Yeah, obviously it's something that I'm still trying to work on. Obviously, you know, I still look to back myself and trying to make teams just... Still trying to work on, obviously, you know, I still look to back myself and trying to make teams just as a batter as well. So you always got to look to not stand like out the sore thumb too much.
What's your throwing arm like?
Oh, take the cameras off and have it all now.
Full. Bang down the ground for 4 more. 3 in a row. Oh, this is not the ideal start for Lister. It looks a good surface. Tim, same surface that they used a week ago, but it's usually a high-scoring game here at Eden Park, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a good wicket. Obviously, those balls that Milne kind of bowled that good length, top of off stump, looked like they just rose a little bit. But yeah, obviously, it's normally a high-scoring game.
Oh, it's wide. Finds the gap. There's work for Timmy Seifert to do. Let's check out his throwing arm here. Yeah, up there, not too bad. Yeah, found the gloves of Tommy Latham. That's a big over here. Tim, it's the sort of ground where you can get big overs, so it's a hard ground to defend on at times too, isn't it?
Yeah, not used to running around the park as well, but
out of breath, mate.
But yeah, obviously, that's Eden Park. Some overs do go large, but we just got to keep making them hit the good balls.
Thanks for your time, mate. We'll get back to you a bit later.
Cheers, mate.
That is flipped away. Good running means it'll be another 2. It's a big over. 16 from it. Sri Lanka 21 for 2, after 2.
And it's simply brilliant. With premeditation, gets into great position, trusts the bounce, trusts his hands and nose. He's just got to get a little touch on it, get underneath it. Comfortably up and over the boundary for 6. First one of the day. If the batting continues like this, it'll be the first of many.
Not an easy shot to play. It's one that the players do practice a lot. T20 has brought out many of these innovative shots, but it's so skillful. You get your timing right when the ball's coming down at 150 clicks. Tough start to the over for Milne. 10 from the first 2 balls. What does Kusal Mendes do here? He's 14 from 5. Tough start to the over for Milne. 10 from the first 2 balls. What does Kusal Mendes do here? He's 14 from 5. Goes full. And they'll scamper through for a single. Good batting. Good bowling too. Down. Goes full. And they'll scamper through for a single. Good batting. Good bowling too. The boundaries are starting to flow, I guess. Sides perhaps have to look at going to that Yorker and bowling depth a lot earlier than what they would perhaps prefer.
Well, especially when you get players that come out and appear to just hit you off your length. So that ball that's gone for 6 off Adam Milne, that's not a bad ball by any stretch of the imagination. Heard both teams already today talk about the top of off stump, the ability to control length, utilise the extra bounce. But when you get players who are proactive and take that length away from you, you've got to come up with plan B and come up with it pretty quickly as well.
Well, that's well bowled. There's an inside edge that swung back into the left-hander.
You've got to come up with plan B and come up with it pretty quickly as well.
Well, that's well bowled. There's an inside edge that swung back into the left-hander. It looks like he's going to continue going full and straight, not allowing the batter to get any width or any leverage to get under the ball. It's nicely bowled.
It's good confidence in your skill set as well if you're Adam Milne. Gets talked about a lot, the length of the boundaries here at Eden Park, and the shortest points are straight. So to be able to back yourself, when you're under a bit of an onslaught, to back yourself to run in and bowl full, and your margin for error is so small, just back yourself to execute it.
Oh, he's missed. He's missed just a touch, and that's 4 more. 1 bounce. Oh, this is good for...
Damage control. How do you get out of this over?
7 boundaries in the first 2.5 overs. Sri Lanka have started quickly. Oh, it's straight up. It's straight up into the stand, I think. Has it got all the way? It has. What a way. 22 from the Adam Milne over. Sri Lanka on the charge. 44 for 1 after 3.
Yeah, why not? Should we do Friday? Afternoons, absolutely.
Slow Wi-Fi zones getting in your way? Hemming you in? Don't worry. New Vodafone Pro 2 broadband has the UK's fastest Wi-Fi technology throughout the home, so you can stream, surf and game at speed. Switch to new Vodafone Pro 2 broadband.
The last 2 overs have gone for 38. After New Zealand picked up a wicket with the first ball of the match, all of a sudden, Sri Lanka have counter-attacked. And they've done it in fine style. Partnership of 44 from 17 between Kusal Mendes and Kusal Pereira. Henry Shipley on debut in the T20 format. Picked up 5 wickets a week ago in the first one-day international. Now, he's about to bowl his first ball in his T20 career. Short down the leg side, and it'll be called wide. Just shows, Frankie, how quickly momentum can change in the T20 format. New Zealand pick up a wicket first ball, own the first over, and then the next 2 overs will belong to Sri Lanka.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, maybe the T20 format is what's needed for the Sri Lankan side, just to be able to free up, play with that attacking mindset, that freedom, the ability to just take the game on that we haven't seen so far through the white ball segment of this tour.
Another wide down the leg side. Radar's off for Shipley to start. Straight away, you can see the difference already in these first two deliveries from Henry Shipley. He comes on and he's under pressure from ball one. During the one-day series, New Zealand were always on top with the ball. And even when they missed, they didn't get hurt. Today might be a different day. Pace off. That's good work from Shipley. Nice piece of fielding too. First time we've seen pace off, which I think is going to be a good option on this surface as well. Nice variation.
And it is just the difference of bowlers being able to come on and purely thinking attacking, looking to take wickets, looking to pile pressure back onto the batting side. But almost now in this position, because of the way that Sri Lanka have come out and batted, taking that real impetus in the game, is it means almost as a bowler you're coming on to bowl the first ball of your spell and you're almost in a defensive mindset straight away. You're not necessarily thinking, how can I run in and bowl the perfect ball to take a wicket? It's how do I not get hurt? How do I minimise the boundaries? How do I just stem the bleeding a little bit here? And as soon as you get bowlers thinking about like that, as a batter, you're ahead already. You're ahead of the game.
That's a good point. It's a dangerous mindset to have. Oh, up and out. Good catch by Ravindra. Kursal Mendes was trying to go to the well again, just trying to get it fine enough. Didn't get enough, got a little bit of glove, and Shipley continues to pick up wickets here at Eden Park.
It's just that extra bounce once again, gets up high on the bat, up near the handle on the stickers. Can't get any timing from there, and it just balloons to short, fine leg. And a comfortable catch taken from Rakshan Ravindra. It was bright, it was breezy, it was entertaining from Kursal Mendes, but he goes 25 off just the 9 deliveries. Sri Lanka now 47 for 2.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning home security systems.
Through, next grounder, short line, now over the line. Okay, thank you. Ready to make my decision for the screen.
Easy one for the third umpire upstairs, not out. Piece of work from Nisham though, at cover. That'll be another wide down the leg side. He's just struggling with his line to the left-handers. Let's have a look. That dismissal of Kursal Mendes. The shot was on because of the length. The shot was on. Instead of the ball hitting the bat, it hit the glove, which just took all the pace and the elevation off the shot. And you can see how disappointed Mendes is. He knew it was on. Just didn't quite execute it right. And that leg stump line again from Shipley.
Yeah, one of those dismissals when you're hitting the ball so well. The game's coming to you easily, and you've actually made the right decision. You've done everything up until the point of contact. You've done it all right. Playing in the percentages, we talked a lot about the extra bounce here at Eden Park, the extra bounce of Henry Shipley. How trying to fight that bounce becomes difficult. If you can ride it, access behind the wicket, that's actually going to put percentages in your favour, but just the execution was lacking then. So you can understand the frustration. You feel as a batter like you put all those percentages, you put it all in your favour, and then it comes down to the last little piece of it, which is that execution. You look at that boundary as well when you're in that striking position. Behind you, it's 40, 45 metres. You think, how have I managed to balloon it and pick out the one man who's fielding there?
Guided down to third for a single. Better second over from Henry Shipley. 51 for 2 after 4. Seen a long time. This could well be his first match on the big ground. So that'll be unnerving a little bit. Just trying to get used to the dimensions and the good crowd in as well. Edged for 4. No slip in play. Short third was on the edge of the circle. Dhananjay has a little bit of luck. No luck for Lister.
ball away from the right-hander. It's the width on offer once again. It allows Danajaya to just free the hands up. Swing and swing hard outside the off stump. The thick outside edge races away for 4.
There's a full toss. It is pumped down the ground for 6, I think. Yeah, it's gone all the way. This time Liston misses. It's a full toss, it's a free hit. Danajaya De Silva's on today.
This is an exceptionally difficult shot to play and hit for 6. Little change of pace, the low full toss just swings through the line of it. Right onto the middle of the bat, holds the shape. Not a big boundary, but comfortably for 6 in the end. And all of a sudden, after a good start to a second over, back-to-back boundaries.
Pace off, that's well bowled. And that will produce a dot.
Talk about playing on the main ground sometimes as well for bowlers. It is just a little bit different coming in and playing on the drop-in surfaces. Not used to it. Can just play havoc with the rhythm a little bit. But I think the reason behind changing ends is you identify your bowlers who are going to get you through the power play. Would have been Shipley, Milne, and Lister would have been the 3 they'd look to bowl that first 6.
It's wide down the leg side, so Lister hasn't quite finished the over.
So good captaincy, I think. Bowled his first at the commentary box end and to take him out of the attack. He took some tap. Take him out, get him down the other end on the back of a good over from Henry Shipley, just going for 6 and picking up the wicket. Good decision on paper from Tom Latham to change ends, give him another crack.
Gonna have to go. Oh, had to put the dive in. Ravindra hit a shot. Didn't hit the stumps. 5 overs bowled, 65 for 2.
So Charith Srilanka comes to the crease, joining Gusal Perera, who has watched the others fail. Far end. Although that's a tough mark when you're 65 for 3. Still inside the power play. 1 over to go. This is it. Jimmy Neesham strikes with his first ball. It was just a shot that was neither here nor there, Jake, and paid the ultimate price.
It's a tough length to get on top of, and we talked about it pre-game with the bounce. A couple of good length with extra bounce. Tough to go over the top straight.
That's wide and full and crushed. Don't even bother. 4 more on the bank, Sri Lanka.
It's just width. 132 kilometres an hour. That's just a little bit too easy. Even first ball for Sri Lanka. We've showed glimpses of the 2, but that's just too wide. Threw his hands at it. Moment there, I'm sure cover. Ravindra Philly was in play, but not to be away to the extra cover fence for 4.
Neesham again. Just straight on the leg side, a little anxious to get down the other end as Sri Lanka puts the hand up for Amir Kulpa. Yeah, just looking at the shot again. Jimmy Neesham, first ball. It's a good length delivery. It didn't rise an awful lot, just got caught in 2 minds how to play.
Well, it's just about bail height. As I mentioned, with this bounce in the wicket, you're just talking about maybe just nipping back, but it's just bounce. You roll the dice with trying to get on top of that, find the middle of the bat. If you don't, mid-on, mid-offer and play with those sort of catches.
I'm no lip reader. They're going to go, gotta go. I think Jimmy Neesham must have just had a conversation about what length to bowl. I think those words were about that length.
A good length normally works on most pitches. That's pretty obvious, but on a wicket again with bounce, you can afford to be back of a length. It's tough to score off.
Dragged that a long way from outside off. Should get a couple. Into a wide fine leg. Still 1 ball to come in the Neesham over. Length is an interesting conversation, Jake, at the moment from a New Zealand point of view.
Yeah, here are the Hawkeye, the lengths from earlier on. You can see, I thought New Zealand were just a little full, potentially searching for swing, trying to nick players off. They did get, Adam Milne did pick a wicket up in the first ball, but you can see there that white ball there highlighted was the wicket of Shipley to get that dismissal of the second wicket.
That's on the spot too, from Nisham to finish. 6 overs gone, that's the power play done.
2 behind point there.
Kuzal put it out. There was a bit of a delay in the call. They may well check. I think he's home though. Charatha Srilanka with a good dive, full stretch. They're going to have a look at this.
TV umpire director, we have an umpire review for a run out at the striker's end. Could I have your best side on end, please?
This might be close. This might be close. Latham had to get back to the stumps a long way. And he's made it
down the ground behind the line. Thank you.
by the length of a bat.
Decision to the screen.
Well, it's amazing the time difference between a direct hit and the keeper having to glove it and go back to the stumps. I thought there he was going to be out even with the non-direct hit, but just shows the advantage of a fielder hitting the stumps straight away.
That one was a little quicker, but dragged it in a touch short. Sodhi easily pulled away up to mid-wicket. Chad Bowes in his T20 debut today. Nice moment for him earlier, receiving his cap. Captained the One Day International Series as well. And for those who've tuned into the Dream 11 Super Smash over the last couple of seasons, that finds the edge. That was the wrong end. You'll be excited to see what Bowes can do in this format of the game with the bat.
Absolutely. Might look out of place. Something failed in the second match to Hamilton, but looked okay to start off in first ODI here at Auckland, but look out of place. And we know he has shots, like you say, from the Dream 11 Super Smash. Plenty of shots on offer. Exciting to see that top order was ciphered back as well.
Just a couple of steps down the pitch this time for Kusal Pereira. It's been a solid start for Sodhi. Just 4 runs from it. Boundary reduction will surely be on the minds of Ish Sodhi as well as taking wickets.
Boundary reduction and also run rate reduction, full stop. Just trying to drag it back at the moment, their run rate. A little bit high for New Zealand, 11.12 obviously.
Oh, slides one past. Lovely delivery to finish for Sodhi at 76 for 3. Last angle, but every run counts, and so they want to get this decision right. Well, we have clarity, both upstairs and in the middle, so Nisham can continue. Good save, Ben Lister. Fielding a very fine third. That's full. And it's been given the treatment all the way for 6. Can't bowl there.
It's whipped again. Nisham to Srilanka first ball. In the previous over, Srilanka drove Nisham through the covers for similar ball, but this time Srilanka goes over the top of lock wide, mid off, and this goes all the way for 6. Nisham's got to find that consistent line and length. Any width we've seen already today is getting flashed away to the boundary. Need to use that bounce straight at the Sri Lankan batters.
And again, lucky not to be given the treatment on that occasion as well. It's really interesting to me that they've gone away from a formula that worked through the one-day series. Back of the length, good length. It's just been a touch too full today from a New Zealand point of view.
Well, look, I'm sure the plan wasn't this. That's a given. But it's, you know, there's some individual changes. Guys on debut, there'd be some nerves. Sri Lanka comes hard, they get a few away. It just compounds that pressure. New Zealand a little bit off boil at the moment.
No run there. A little better from Nisham that time. Just a bit more of a challenge. Just Sri Lanka trying to work it through that offside. Well, a very special day today as well for New Zealand cricket. First ever Te Reo Māori bilingual commentary available on an international match. You can find that alternative commentary stream available on Spark Sport, TVNZ and TVNZ Plus. Helmed today by Scotty Morrison alongside Maya Lewis.